9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff.
What is up? What is up? What is up, SFL Nation? And welcome back to SFL Nights with AJ Striker. Thank you so much for joining me today or tonight or whenever you decided to hit that play button or turn on that radio dial. I really appreciate it, y'all. And I had to break out a classic. I mean, Return of the Mac was one of, I think it came out late 90s, early 2000s, around that era. Good music, man. Hopefully we can get back to it. But hope you enjoyed the tunes. But I really hope that you enjoy the show that I have planned for you this evening. Now, first, I want to start off by saying to all of my SFLM rookies, I will be starting my rookie interviews back up again very soon. I just want to kind of talk to the free agents and talk to a few other people before I kind of slide back into rookie night. So I hope y'all understand. But also, if you're interested, just shoot me some DMs and I can go ahead and pencil you down. So when I do start, you'll be the first persons that I call. But tonight, I am talking to some free agents as well as another special guest that I decided to go ahead and add to the show because he has been. He joined the community. I want to say maybe a month ago, and he has been all over the place. He's now an SFLN broadcaster. He has been doing a whole lot of positive things and spreading a lot of positivity within the community. So we're going to get a chance to talk to that guest, as well as a few free agents that decided to come on the show and let me know what was going on with them and why they decided to make the moves that they made, especially these two individuals, because they were like adamant about being on the teams that they are on. So um, it's going to be interesting, guys. So without further ado, I want to bring to you first Mr. Guy Clausen. What is up, Guy? Uh oh, can you hear me, Guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hey,
Yeah. Hi there.
good. Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you. How's life been for you?
Well, I just got done my Special Olympics softball tournament this past weekend. Well, I'm sorry, yesterday and today. So yeah.
Awesome. Did it go well?
Yeah, my team got gold in Division 2.
Hey, look at you, man. Proud of you. Do your thing, man. And it was also good meeting you and your dad at the convention the last time we saw each other. So hopefully I'll be able to hang out with you guys again at this one.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Next month. Yeah.
Hey,
It's really
love
fast
it.
approaching actually, come think of it though. You know.
Indeed. Indeed. And I also want to bring up my special guest, Mr. Ben Venu. Now, please, Ben, if I've pronounced your last name wrong, please correct me. Um, Ben, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, good to
Hey,
hear
you
you.
pronounced that perfectly. Hello,
Hey,
Joseph. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too,
I've
Ben.
seen you posting in the general chat about your Special Olympics championship there, so congratulations on that. Great job.
Thank you.
And nice to be here, Ashley. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
hey, I'm so glad that you all made time for me this beautiful Sunday. I'm trying to turn my fan down, guys, so that you guys won't hear this feedback.
Yeah, I hope
Jeez.
I had one running myself. I turned it off because I didn't want that to happen either. So hopefully you're not
It's
hearing any fans in the background.
No, I'm not. It's 103 degrees outside though. It's not even
Oh boy.
summertime, so I had to have something on. But
103
I want to
degrees,
thank
man. How can you walk outside on 103 degrees weather and just go about your business, Ashley? Like
you
how?
can. You can. I mean, I would limit my time outside, which is what I do, but I mean, you definitely can do that. Um, but I wanted to thank both of you guys for taking the time out to be with me today. Now, guys, just for all of my radio listeners and for all of my audience, there will be two segments this evening. So this is my first segment here with Mr. Joseph Guy Clausen and Mr. Ben Ben Vin Vin New
Venu. Yeah, you got it.
Vinu. I don't know why I'm making it harder than what it
But
is.
new,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
right. And then my second segment will feature Mr. Saran Yates the fourth and Mr. Chad Rowland. So, great interviews, great times. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, Ben, I know that you're not a player. So I know that it's like, okay, so why am I here, right? But I wanted to get you on because you have, as I said before, you have made such a positive mark in the league since you've been here the short amount of time that you have been. I noticed that you grace all of the chats with your presence. You've even watched some of my shows and commented on my shows, and you've just been really all about the community. And it's refreshing to see someone so engulfed and so excited. And you're not even a player yet. So, what brought you here?
Well, thank you for all that those accolades. I don't know if I'm deserving of all of them, but I try to engage. I think that's what the community is all about. I'm really impressed by the Discord community and how active they are. What brought me here? I've been a long time simulation gamer myself on offline franchise modes and things like that. I've always enjoyed the process of taking like the worst team and trying to rebuild it into a good team. And why am I part of the broadcast team? Well, I was in college with an English degree and trying to figure out where I wanted to go with it. And they say, if you do something you love, it's not really work. So the thing I loved was sports, and I was looking at trying to be a broadcast journalist. And I talked to the head of Calson Radio, and they kind of steered me away from that. So I didn't follow that dream, and now I'm kind of living it vicariously through the SFL. So that's why I'm here.
Hey, I love it. I
That
love it. We're going to
that's
talk
very
about
cool,
that.
man. Very
Indeed,
cool.
indeed. And Guy, you've been around for a few seasons. You've been around
Yes, I
actually
have.
for a long
Yeah,
time then.
yeah. With one team. So
Right. So, my question to you, being a wide receiver, being someone that's always in the community, just like Ben, you're always there. You're always rooting on, it seems like, not only your team, but everyone else's too. So, I want to know from you, what keeps you being a part of this community?
well, lately it's been kind of rough on me in real life because my dad recently got admitted to a rehab facility because he had a a severe mental episode. Um, he's been living with dementia
Mhm.
his whole life, and unfortunately, back in April, it it really jacked him up to a 10, and um yeah, it's been really rough, but I can always count on you and everyone in 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 the community for me not have my own like breakdown and such.
Absolutely, man. That's what we're here for. It's more than just for me. And I think I can safely say this for a lot of the members of the community. This is kind of like a safe haven. This is um, a melting pot of different personalities, different walks of life, and we all just happen to find this
Mhm.
one place.
Yeah.
And there are times when you're happy, you have got positive things going on, like you said, the positivity, of you having the games that you played, but then you have moments like this where the community can still collectively come together and comfort you in these times. So,
Mhm.
we're always here for you, man. And I'm
Thanks.
glad you're a
Yeah,
member of the community too.
me too. Yeah, too.
So, going back to you, being a member of the community and being on Motor City for so long, with that organization for so long, why did you decide that you wanted to leave?
Uh, it it was really a difficult de- um decision for me because I love Drew, Colin, his family, and Dwayne, and everyone who's been who actually been on that team before I got drafted. I love them, and and like especially like like players that got drafted two like 1 or 2 seasons ago, and but like I felt like last like season 21, season 22, I just felt like my player wasn't being utilized. I was promised this role, and then when like when we had a free agent signee at our receiver was in C21 was Noah, and he left, and then like I was promised this because I could be more useful in the offense, and didn't happen. And you know it just felt like that like every time we have this like that like this kind of hype up, we do like 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 the past 4 seasons, it just didn't come through because there's games we should have won, and like especially in CC 21 where like we were 4-2 in the first half of that season, and then like we fell from the face of the earth in the second half of that season, and you know we just couldn't make the playoffs. And again, to me, my player wasn't you. I wanted to have these 1,000-yard seasons or close to it, and have these like all-star appearances. It just didn't come through for when I was in St. Louis / Moore City, and I just feel like that was time for me to like uh grow my wings and fly off the nest to somewhere else.
Makes sense. I mean, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with you switching destinations, right? Because that's why we only have one season contract. So if you decided that you want to test the waters somewhere else,
Mhm.
nobody should have any issues with that because I mean, some people have stamped their SFL passport with a lot of teams. Some people they want to just stay with one locker room and just have that experience. I think that when you do venture out, you get a chance to get a little bit more in depth with the league because you're dealing with different personalities now. So Motor City's locker room is not going to be the same as your new destination. We don't have to talk about that right now, especially since we haven't signed anything quite yet, and I don't want to, get you in any trouble.
Well,
Um,
unfortunately, I might mess up my tile name below where my screen is. So
what you know what we can do? What you know what we can do? We can go ahead and change that. You can go ahead and change that real quick. Um, just I don't think we don't have a lot of people watching right now, so hopefully,
I
nobody
didn't
really
see
saw that.
anything.
I didn't see I ain't seen
I,
nothing either.
even with my
You
brand new
know,
prescription for 4 eyes, I didn't see that.
no.
Don't see a
I
thing.
need
I
some
don't even know what you're
Visine.
talking about.
I mean, I don't either. Hey, you
What?
know what? As a matter of fact, let's talk to you. So,
Oh, hello. Um, hello there.
um, so I see that you are former editor, journalist for Press Box Magazine, Ebony Bird, Fanside, and Sports Illustrated. So, tell me a little bit about that journey. And how did you actually venture off into those, those prominent journalist opportunities?
Well, it all started with college, and I've had a natural affinity for the English language. I don't know what it is. I think some people are just built for certain things. Some things just come naturally to some people. And for me, it was English. And so when I got to college, it was time to figure out, okay, what can you do with an English major? And turns out there aren't a ton of things you can do with one. You can become an English teacher, which is not something that entirely appealed to me, or you could get into journalism field, something along those lines. And that's what I went with. And the Press Box magazine is a very local paper and online presence for the Maryland area, especially around Baltimore. And that was something I got through an internship while I was in college. So I stuck around there for a while, tried to learn the ropes, and basically the editor there was pretty much swamped because they just get articles from everywhere, and he really needed some help editing the content rather than using me as a reporter or things like that. He said I could really use you in house here as an editor, so that's what I did for him. And it was through that it's things that kind of built on top of each other. So from there was a place called Ebony Bird, which was a Baltimore Ravens fan based magazine online presence that got me noticed by Fansided. And I can't really talk a whole bunch more about that and how that
No problem.
went forward. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I don't need no problems, dear, and you don't either. um, so obviously reporting, obviously, getting the scoop of things is why, you're naturally inquisitive. So joining the SFL and broadcast team, what was that experience like for you? And have you actually had that experience yet?
Well, it was a lot of welcoming people, which was really refreshing. When I came here just as a fan. I liked simulation things. There was another uh, company out there sort of doing the same thing that the SFL does, but let me tell you, you guys do it a lot better, and I won't mention that other company at all. But I noticed right away that the Discord here is way more active, the community is way more active, and then I was watching some of the games, and I heard, "Hey, you want to be a broadcast analyst?" I was like, "Yeah." So I contacted the broadcast team, and they asked me a bunch of questions, and yeah, here I am. I just want to. What I know you might be pressed for time. I got a lot of people I'd like to give shout outs to and thanks to. So when you think they have time for that, I'd love to do that.
Ah,
But it was those people in the broadcast team that really made this process extremely easy for me. And just for a brief moment, Joseph, welcome back. I want to give you best wishes for your father. I'm sorry to hear the struggles that he's gone through. So I'm going to be praying for him on my own end and hope he gets better soon.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I hope he, I, I hope I hope that facility gets him back into to better shape because it's like extremely lonely here in my house by myself. So,
hmm
You'll get through it,
well,
man.
hmm well, you got us. You got us. You got your family here in the league, man. So yeah, you'll get through it, man. Um, I wanted to know from you, Guy, why did you decide that you wanted to be a wide receiver? Like, why did you choose that position out of all the positions you could have chosen?
well, okay, so Ben, this is the first time knowing this. I I was originally a tight end. Um,
Okay.
I was driving in season 16 to St. Louis at tight end. Um, I chose to switch to wide receiver in season 20 because I felt that I need to be more dynamic. So I switched to receiver, and I had my second best per, uh, performance season as a wide receiver. Um, and then the last two seasons I didn't do so well. Uh, but yeah, I chose to do that because I want to be more dynamic. So yeah.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
There are
And
guys that do that in the NFL.
hey,
Yep.
exactly. I
Marcus
mean,
Colston, he was a tight end. He moved to wide receiver. It worked out pretty well for him.
hmm
Sure.
so and the great thing is, it is what you make it. Like
Right.
Ben, he
Yeah.
wanted to be a broadcaster, so now he actually can live that dream vicariously in the league. You wanted to be a wide receiver, now you can live that dream vicariously in the league. I wanted to be well. I started off as a wide receiver, a very good one at that. But
Oh,
the
I didn't know that.
opportunity. You
Oh
didn't. You didn't know that? Yeah.
no, I didn't join the league till like summer 2020.
Oh.
So
Oh
you
yeah.
were way
Yeah.
before me. So
True. That's true. But yeah, I joined as a wide receiver, and Dion Hawkins, former owner of the Tulsa Desperados, but he saw me and he was like, "Yo, I see how active you are in the chat, and I would love for you to represent our team as quarterback." And that was not my intentions, but he gave me the opportunity, and I ran with it, and I've been the quarterback ever since. So when I see people like Guy, and when I see Ben in the chat constantly talking, like you're constantly welcoming people,
mhm.
you're trying to get to know the members of the community. Number one, it kind of reminds me of the things that I used to do because I know I got on everybody's nerves. Every owner that has been here since I've been here, I know that I got on their nerves. And I try to talk to them every single day, but they know who I am now, and I think that the league gives you the experience that you want to have. Um, Speaking of that, now there were some changes that have happened within the league. Now I know Ben, you've read everything that was going on, but we've had some changes, that have occurred, and I wanted to know, has anything that you have read this off season kind of stuck out to either one of you? Maybe that has transpired, maybe that has happened, um, that you kind of want to address, or maybe even want more questioned, have questions that you want to get more answers to. And I could start with you first, Ben, on that.
With me. Um,
Hmm.
I am relatively new. You said you were pretty much right. I joined, I think, on May 10th. So it's just about a month that I've been here. So I'm not familiar. I know the league has changed from All Pro Football to ESPN 2K, and that has brought its own host of problems for the technical side of things and trying to get everything underway. And there was an issue that popped up, several that popped up during the off season that Cam and the group tried to address, and you had a show with him just, I believe, last week, talking to him about some of those issues. And I just appreciated the way Cam addressed all of those things and kind of broke it way down for everybody to understand, so they could understand his thought process. He can't just make a knee-jerk reaction, and the SFL can't do that either. They have to do something that's going to hopefully correct the situation for everyone and do what's best for the SFL and try to get. And he's got a time crunch to work with too. He's a new season's coming right around the corner, so they kind of have to get it under a time crunch. And I think everything considered, they've done the best they could with the time they were given, and hopefully everyone will be understanding of that, and hopefully everything that they've come up with works for everyone as best as it can.
Being on the broadcast team for SFLM, do you, have you noticed anything that you would like to see changed, or um, maybe done a little differently, or is your experience, as of right now, good?
Well, so far, I've only had the chance to broadcast two games. And the
Okay.
first one was probably a little rough because I had the broadcast team. Like I said, I've got a lot of people to thank. Curtis is the assistant broadcast director. He's the one that sets up all the sound, and does the sound checks, and gets you prepared. And Mike Daggs from the broadcast admin. Anytime I have a question, he's there answering it for me. And he's like, "Man, you kind of worry a little too much," but that's kind of how I am. I want to get everything answered so that I don't screw up, because that's the last thing I want to do. And just in general, they do a great job of setting me up. But they give you all the resources you need. I have all the information at my fingertips, and it's a learning process for me just to organize it. The first game, I didn't know how to organize it. So with that first game experience, I was like, okay, now I know what doesn't work, so I know where to put things so I can get to them a little more easier. And hopefully, and I'm looking to improve every broadcast. I want to make it fun, for everybody. That's what I'm here to do. Have fun, and hopefully help everyone else enjoy it too.
I'll tell you what, you definitely have the voice for it. I mean, I tried broadcasting one time, and I'm glad I did. I think I've done everything at least once in the league. But you could tell
Oh,
the voice.
you mean that the one time in season 13 when you called that game, right?
Yeah, I believe it was your game. I believe it was.
Yeah, but I was not selected in that
Well, you
season,
weren't right.
so
That's right. It was for your the team that you were drafted to,
would eventually
and it
be,
was
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, it was crazy because I was so nervous, and I remember Eddie was like, "Ashley, you need to talk up." I was like, "I'm talking." He was like, "No, you're not. We could barely hear." But so I know good voices and I know good dynamics when I hear it, and so Ben, hey, they got a winner with you, so
Well, I
good
appreciate.
deal.
I actually hate the sound of my own voice, so I'm glad other people have commented and said, "Hey, who's that guy talking on the? We haven't heard him before." So I hope everybody enjoys it. And it is tough to speak up and know when what to say, how to say it, when to say it. That's something I'm getting
On
used
cue,
to. And
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and working with a partner, that's something I've never had to do before. So that's also a dynamic. And guys like Alex West and Alden Bleakers I had to work with really made things a lot easier and sound better probably than it than it should have. So shout out to them too for making me sound better than probably what I do.
Hey man, I mean it's a teamwork, right?
Yeah.
Um, got some chat shout outs I want to get before I have actually maybe one more question before I bring up my other two guests, but let's go ahead and get these chat shout outs. First of all, Damon Simeon. Now he is the owner, co-owner over in Houston, telling me AJ start the show. Listen, Damon,
Oh no! Watch out now.
you know I'm coming to Texas, right? I will come find you. Don't be telling me just start the show, commanding me. What's wrong with you?
I have a particular set of skills.
They- Better tell him. You better let him know, Ben. Derek Major's checking in. Hey, man. And I saw that you hit me up. You have a spot on my show next week if you want to be on it, man. I would love to have you. Um, Chad is not okay. So we got Chad is not a free agent. Yes, I am aware of Chad is not a free agent, but he will mesh in together what I'm trying to do. Demond, mind your own business.
Trust the process.
That's what I'm saying. Grant checking in. What's up, Grant? Another gentleman that loves being on everyone's show and loves checking out everyone. BJ Lovelace is in the building. Also, Jim Copeland. What's going on? BJ says hi to Guy.
Cowabunga.
Eddie.
Cowabunga.
Yes. Eddie says, hang in there, Guy. Damon says he's praying for you and your family as well.
Appreciate Demon and
And
Eddie. Appreciate from you both.
absolutely. And then Damon says, I'm like Ben, I dislike the sound of my own voice as well. Hey, but you know what? The thing is, when you're doing the broadcast, you have the cadence. You have the ability to kind of to know when to stop talking and let the other person actually get in, and that's what matters, and you make it entertaining. That's the thing. We are watching a simulated game, but when the announcers can make it or the broadcaster can make it entertaining and funny. Like Gerald and Mike Daggs are one of many pairs that I really love because of how their dynamics together and they're funny and it's just like they'll just say some really outlandish off the wall stuff and I'm like, what just happened on the field? Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Especially the game when we were playing against LA, Gerald just couldn't he couldn't bring up like my name. He kept on saying Clyde, or Clyde like that. So yeah.
yeah, see, he just makes it worse. See, Demond just knows how to make things worse. And y'all seen it here first. If y'all just see me throw something at him on site, that's why. I just want to make sure I had witnesses. But before I let you guys go, because I don't want to keep my other guests waiting too long. But first of all, I want to thank you guys for being on, sharing some of your stories and sharing, the reason why you're being here. I definitely want you to come back on the show whenever you can, and we can get more in talk, engulf I'm sorry, talk more in depth about you as a person and as a player as well. But I have another question that I like to ask all of my guests. If I can find it really quickly. I just want to know what will we be dining on this evening, gentlemen. So we have this lovely treat from, and I see you, Chad and Ron. I see y'all in the back. I will be asking y'all this too. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up the description for this. So I like to go around. First, I was going around the United States, picking out different foods, that were kind of weird and eclectic to that particular state. And so now I went through all the states, guys. So now I'm going around the world, people. So we have this delicious Korean shaved ice dish that combines red bean paste, pieces of fruit such as kiwi or mango, and topped with crushed nuts, The sweetness comes from the red bean paste, and the crunchiness from the nuts makes this a unique and delicious treat. So I'm wondering, Ben and Guy, would you like to dine upon this delicious treat from Korea? Now let me make sure I get the name right. It is called Pat Binsu. Pat Binsu. Are we trying the shaved ice with red bean paste, gentlemen? No,
Guy,
no.
go
I don't.
ahead.
I don't hear any.
Mm, uh,
No. Okay. Well, let's just go to France.
I.
Hold on. Let me give you all the options. Let me give you all the options, Ben.
All
No
right, all
worries.
right, okay, okay, okay.
So we're going to France with the steak tartare. Now I know specifically Eddie would absolutely hate this, but it is made up of good quality raw ground beef served with onions, capers, raw egg, and seasoned with Worcestershire sauce and other condiments, usually served with rye bread or fries on the side. They use the filet mignon, prime rib, and the ribeye for this delicious treat. Any raw meat, gentlemen? Y'all doing the raw meat with the raw
No,
eggs?
no way, no,
No?
no, no. I can't eat
Absolutely
a
not.
raw meat or a raw egg.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe if
Get
I
out of the way, Bomb. I'll eat the rest of it.
see, you see how it comes with the toast, and you got this, but it's all inclusive, guys. So you got your meat here, you got your pickles, your pickled onions. It's a plethora. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna. How about this then? How about this? And this is my last one for y'all because y'all gonna have to choose something. We can jump to the Philippines with this jumping salad. This unique dish hails from the Philippines, where it is made with calamari juice, tomatoes, chopped onions, and guess what? Live freshwater shrimp. The name jumping salad comes from the fact that the shrimps jumped well, the shrimps are still jumping inside the porcelain dish that it is served in. And it's also sprinkled with all of that delicious citrus juice. So, um, as I told Cam on my last show,
Mm,
you can't get no fresher than that, dear. If they're literally jumping out at you, eat me, bro. You
no, no, just no.
no?
That's an X. That's an X
Look,
for that one.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, no. I would rather eat shrimp when they're seared or fried. So yeah, I can't handle
but how do
alive.
but how do you know they
Alive.
fresh,
Okay.
guy? You don't
What?
know. You won't know if they're fresh. Look at this. Look at this. I mean,
No.
look,
My
and
God, what?
they're jumping. They're
Oh,
jumping out at you, sweetheart. Look at it.
now my
That's fresh,
eyes.
babe.
My eyes.
Yeah. And
Okay, so I guess it's safe to say. Ben, come on,
oh
Ben,
no,
come on.
I was about to say that my choice would be starvation because I can't eat any
Okay,
of those things. I'm sorry. I'm
Um,
very picky
I might
with my
try
food.
that Korean dessert thing you showed. I'll try that. But the
Yeah.
rest, X X X X.
Ben. Okay, well, Guy, I thank you so much for wanting to try that dish, but Ben, I will not allow you to leave this room until you tell me you're gonna try this shaved ice, this raw shrimp, or the raw or the raw beef. Which one you doing?
None of the above. None of the above. I'm sorry. Unless you
Okay,
got one of those airplane sick bags nearby, yeah,
sure,
that's exactly
sure,
where it's going.
Airplane.
sure. Because that's fine. That's fine. Because what I heard,
I'm
the
sorry.
description for the shrimp, it's like, when you bite into them, they're kind of like a citry burst of flavor. But I understand that's not in your wheelhouse. That's fine, dear. So
Yeah,
since you didn't choose, that means I get to choose something for you. And
mm,
since you didn't like that, sweetheart, we're just gonna allow you to leave the show with this as your consolation prize. This is gonna be the delicious cicada spring salad, tossed with lemon juice, a little bit of vinegar, cicadas that have been dried to a nice crispiness, and is served with asparagus, peas, and bell peppers. So thank you so much for playing. Um, I mean that's what
Yeah,
happens when you
man.
don't
There's
choose.
consolation prize, bro. Go ahead, eat it. It's,
All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you so much again for joining me this evening. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next segment. But before you go, I want you guys to give you the last word to give you your shout outs. Uh-oh. Well,
oh
Guy,
yeah,
I'm gonna
Ben
let you go
dipped
ahead and
out.
get
I
yours.
suppose.
No, it looks like he just he lost connection real quick. I guess he's gonna be back. But go ahead and you give your shout outs before I let you go.
My shout goes to my former team, Motor City. I love y'all, and maybe I'll be playing against you guys this season. Who knows? So, yeah.
All right, then. Thank you, Guy. I really appreciate you for being here. Come back whenever you want to, dear.
Oh, for sure I will. Actually, yeah, for sure.
It was nice meeting you in person, Joseph.
Yeah, Ben. Same here, man. Nice to meet you too.
All right, and Ben, your shout outs.
Well, I've mentioned Curtis before, Mike Daggs, Alex West, Alden Bleekers, a couple of the people that I've been chatting with, Doug Day, Ray Bentley, and Ian in the chat. Cameron Irvine, the SFL commissioner, has been really helpful to me. John Fullerton, Josh Williams, Jaden Swift, the co-owners of the Chicago Warriors, Albuquerque Adams, and Lexington Miners. I've been reaching out to them, and they've been giving me information. The SFL fans, and last but not least, you, Ashley, for bringing the positivity and having me on your show. I appreciate it. I've been meaning to be a part of this for a while, and I've been feeling so bad that I couldn't make it. And if I'm not mistaken, you have a birthday coming up soon?
I do.
Oh,
June
really?
26th. Yeah, June 26th. I'll be turning 40.
Oh, the big 4-0. Nice.
Yep.
Through them changes.
Hey,
them changes.
You know, listen, I already need readers.
Yes.
I hate to see what else is gonna break down, but first of all, I don't appreciate this chat. Hold on. Now, as I've been putting up all this delicious food, I'm seeing all of this. I mean, hold on. BJ talking about, oh, I wouldn't feed that to my dog. Chad is asking, what the heck is this in the first place?
Yeah, exactly, Chad. I was wondering myself too.
A big serving of what the heck is that?
I mean, and even Damon over here talking about, oh hell, he don't even.
Oh
cuss.
hell no!
Hell no! No.
Grant over here putting up vomiting faces. Come on, guys, y'all. You know, you guys have got to step out and start trying stuff. You know. Damon says, I guess one of those dishes looks like old bananas with cinnamon on top. See, you need to, y'all. Anyway.
A previously owned banana.
BJ talking about he gonna send me some icy hot for my birthday. Listen, can you wait at least 10 years? I'm gonna need that when I'm 50. I know I'm gonna need that when I'm 50.
There was a teacher in my high school that had turned 40, and all the other teachers got together and got her a cane that had a horn on it and a rear view mirror and all kinds of stuff hanging off of it, and it had a balloon on it with a black balloon with "Over the Hill" on it.
Over the hill.
and she had to walk around with it in the school all day long.
That's dope. Arizona Scorpions, y'all better not do nothing like that. You hear me? Y'all, I know y'all hear me. Don't you send that to my house.
I'm putting ideas in people's heads. Oh no.
You probably are. And then
if
then I'm telling you, if I see that at my doorstep, I'm coming for you.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my next guest.
No problem.
Thank you, guys.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And I'll talk to y'all soon.
See you, Ashley.
Pleasure is all mine.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
love.
Bye.
Best wishes to you, man.
You as well.
Hey, I'm gonna put on the tunes and get ready to bring up my next guest. See y'all in a bit.
Do what I should, like, point, like, do what I could, like, point, like, do what I should, like, point, like, do what I could, like, point, like, do what I should, like, point, like, do what I could, like, point, like, do what I should, like, point, like, do what I could.
I ain't never been the same, baby. Ain't do no wrong. I can be the good for you. No, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. So nasty. I'm $1 million baby. Don't ask me. Oh, hell around my friends. Try to pick some energy up, it don't matter. I know you haven't moved on. If you try, I don't believe it, baby. I know you lied all night long. What you mean I changed? I stay the same. Had me losing my mind. The city is mine. I ain't never represent, baby. You do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. I'm $1 million baby. I ain't never represent, baby. You do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it. I'm $1 million baby.
Hey. All right, we are back. We are back, bro. I had to hit him with the $1 million baby as soon as I heard it. I've been playing that song probably on loop for the past couple days. It's just one of those feel good songs. Like I can't not listen to that song and not move. But let me go ahead and bring up my next guest. Now, I know some people wanted to know, why do I have Mr. Chad Rowland, owner of the Indianapolis Ramblers, on this show with me this evening? And I said, I haven't had Chad on in so long. And he's directly tied in with this next individual. So I was like, hey, why not? And plus, you called me out on Eddie's show talking about, oh, we were supposed to be on Ashley's show, but she couldn't make time for us.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
How you doing, man? It's always good seeing you, Chad.
Not too bad. Just enjoying this nice little Sunday. My second son, he graduated high school, so we had his open house today, and so I've been filling up on beer and let's see, pulled pork tacos, mac and cheese, like just I'm like just completely full. So I had a
Oh,
good time.
okay.
Yeah,
Good. I'm glad. Well,
I'm still
congratulations.
drinking though, so that's whatever.
Hey, well, I'll join you.
There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm. But congratulations to your son. Accomplishment,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
Oh, so you gonna start over, get some more children out there, and start all over?
I got 5, 2 down, 3 to go, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. You got.
No more.
And I'm welcoming up my next guest, Mr. Sir Ron Yates. There you go, Mr. Sir Ron Yates the fourth. Oh man, president and defensive tackle. Was having a bit of an issue trying to tackle me whenever whenever we face each other. I don't know what it is, but I mean he can tackle everybody else, but he just can't tackle me. I just don't understand. But what's going on, man?
What's good now?
Hey, chilling, man. I'm so glad that you both made time for me. Because it was really surprising, bro. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. It was really, really surprising to hear that you left Baltimore. Because when I see you out there, first of all, I'm pretty much in everybody's chat. I may not say anything, but I tend to go in and check it. I'm always seeing you out there representing Baltimore, oftentimes by yourself. I'm seeing you out there, being the president whenever there was issues with the teams, and I brought it to you. You were one of the first people to jump to whatever the issue was. So for you to be such a staple and such an important figure in the Baltimore Vultures locker room, something had to happen for you to just be like, you know what? I'm leaving. Forget this. I'm going to Indy. So what happened, man?
You want the long version or the short version?
I want whatever version you got. I mean, I got time.
Just tell her like it
Yeah.
is, man. Tell her like it is.
You know, as you said before, I was the person that, I gave so much to Baltimore that you would expect that, you can get a little bit back or get a little bit time or whatever to do anything that you needed to do. That wasn't the case. First of all, let me say I don't have nothing against the players, miss the players. You know what I mean? We were a nice group and everything like that, and mostly a nice family. You know, everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to deal with after you win so much. You know what I mean? People get lackadaisy. People get, how can I say that? They forget, for lack of a better term. I wore this shirt so I wouldn't forget. If you could read it, you can see what it says. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to overthink what I'm about to say. I'm just going to just spit it out there. Loyalty sometimes goes both ways. Well, it should go both ways at all times. Uh, First of all, let me start from the beginning. Uh, I'm trying to just balance my words. I will never play for a team that gets rid of people just to keep me. You know what I mean? Especially new players that come along. Uh, and I was told by a couple other people that if that ever happened, they would leave, and they never did. So I left. That's one of the reasons. Everybody should be able to play this game and have fun with it. When it ain't fun no more, I gotta go. Uh, the next thing is I'm a man, and the people I was playing for, I thought were men too. And not to knock a female or anything like that, but some people put on boxers, some people put on panties. And when I find out that you ain't the person that you say you are, if you give me your word as a man and then you try to force me to make a decision, not only force me to make a decision, but actually tells the whole group of people in SFL that I'm retiring without letting me say it first, I got a problem with it. It is a game. We do have fun, but don't test my intelligence because I'm not a dummy. I've never been one. I've never been accused of being one, and I ain't nobody's bitch. So, with that being said, I had a person who actually pulled me away from London a long time ago, which is Chad. And I always told him when we was at Baltimore, even when he went through his little thing, that if you ever need me, I'll be there for you. And he was. I'm in a locker room right now where we're active, more than just me being active, more than me trying to lift. And I'm not saying in Baltimore didn't nobody actually try to lift their weight and do it because we got some good players. We got some good people. But I hate a liar. I hate a liar. I hate a person to try to take advantage of and take the game more seriously than it just being a game. You're supposed to have fun. You know what I mean? Some of the people, this is their only outlet to have fun. Don't get too serious. And I was gonna spit a whole lot of names out there, and I was gonna throw a whole bunch of people up under the bus and hit them with semis. I ain't gonna do that. You know who you are. Karma's a bitch. You know what I mean? And sometimes a bitch ain't a female. Sometimes karma's a man who is going to show you how much of a bitch you was. Quit hurting people like that. Quit making it seem like it's more than what it is. It's a game. Have fun.
Mm.
That's how I feel about it. And if anybody called me out on it, then I will actually. I kept record of what was said. I kept record of how it was done to me, and I will put that all the way out there. But for now, as a man, I'll give them my word that if you come for me, I will come for you. So don't come for me, and we'll leave that alone.
Mm.
Don't make it. Don't make it more than what it is. Uh, some people did some foul stuff. Some people still doing some foul stuff. Being a star player that I was striving to be, you can look at my numbers. I'm not even a highly rated player. I know I was a all-star one year, made tackles, made defensive player. Uh, as you said, put my heart and soul into a team, and then you play me. So I felt that I was just there to be a figurehead or just to collect some money from and to do work. I don't play that game. I'm gonna leave it at that because I can feel myself wanting to say names and actually getting a little bit belligerent. And I know this is like we got kids in here, you know, maybe watching it and stuff, and I already cuss, but don't do me like that. If I retire, I'll tell people I retired. Don't tell people that I retired. Then all of a sudden I feel like I got to come out of the dead and tell everybody I'm not. Don't do that to me.
So what I guess I'm having issues with that part because, well, I mean the whole thing because I thought of Baltimore. I've always held Baltimore in high regards.
Hmm.
And when you went in detail with me about what happened, I was shocked because that is not something that I was expecting from that organization, especially after you've won so many championships, after you had so many good things that have happened. You would think that that wouldn't have been the outcome of the situation. And I understand you are upset because you, like I mentioned before, you've done so much, and to be treated like it didn't matter, that hurts.
Well, I'm not upset. I'm disappointed. It's a difference. You know, if I was upset, I'll rake them all over the coals. I'm just disappointed. Uh, very disappointed. And I've shared with you, you know, a little bit about what happened and how it happened. And if anybody try, like I said, deny it, you know, they're a liar to their face. Don't do people like that. Don't make people feel like they're more than what they is and that they gave everything that they have. From the first person coming in to the person who's in the Hall of Fame, still playing. Oh, let me stop. Congratulations to Eddie Gage, you know what I mean, for retiring. But don't play people like that. Don't do people like that. Uh, don't invest in a whole lot and don't invest in nothing else because that's how you feel. Be a
Mm.
man, stick your chest out, say this is what's going to happen, and then do it. But don't act like I got to hold your hand across the street. If I'm gonna retire, I tell people I'm going to retire, and I promise. Once I left Baltimore, I probably will retire. But let me make that announcement. Don't go on there and tell everybody Ron's retired, Ron's retired, Ron's retired, but you ain't asked Ron.
So was that to basically paint a narrative so it wouldn't seem like it was anything else?
Shit, you got to ask
Because
him.
hmm,
I don't know. I can't speak for nobody else but me. You know, and when I wake up in the morning, I put my pants on one leg at a time, like the next fan or like the next person. I don't need nobody to say what I'm doing. If I had to beg for an extra couple of days to tell Baltimore, my teammates, that I was leaving Baltimore, why I got to beg for time? You said I was a president. You said I was this. You said I was that. But why I got to beg for an extra little bit of time to tell the players that I helped bring in, players that we were out there weekly and weekly? Why I got to beg for some extra days just to bow out gracefully, fall on a sword, basically? And I can honestly say, since I left, maybe about three people spoke to me since I left Baltimore. So that really lets you know how much the shit. Oh, my fault. How much the manure grows corn because
mm,
I'm trying to keep it kind of clean. You know, a lot that I put in, a lot that I helped build. I thought I was helping build suggestions, players, everything I was trying to do. Why would I have to beg for a couple of extra days before you let me go? Then a lot. Ooh, then to lie to me and say, "Well, what the league is up to. This is what we got to do." And then I leave and then talk to Chad, and he's like, "Hey, bro, take your time, you know, make your decision and everything like that." But the person that was telling me to go with me said it has to happen right now because it's a league thing. Don't lie, because I will air you all the way out. It wasn't a league thing. It was something that you was doing, trying to make happen, and I didn't appreciate that. Period. I hate that shit. I really
mm.
do. I really hate it. I mean, I'm gonna
And
keep it
that's
all
why
the way
you
in the line.
moved.
Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
and that's why you moved on. That's why you moved on to um hopefully a better situation. And I actually want to
Oh
know
no,
how did that h-
it's not even.
how
It's
did
not even. Hopefully, it is. It's a way better situation. You know what I
okay.
mean? I can make decisions for me with a team that appreciate that. And when we play them on week 2, if we beat them or not, I just want to smack the quarterback and just think about the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. Because first of all, I don't have no problem with none of them personally. I just don't like what some of them did. And in the organization, as I was in Baltimore, if you say that one person did it, you say that everybody did it because that's a team. That's how you carry the weight. So I just want to show them that what a team does. Not looking for no sacks. I'm not looking for no tackles for losses. Me and Chad talked about that over and over again. It's not even about that. It's about being a cog in a machine that makes everybody better. You're only as good as the weakest link, and you're only as strong as the strongest link. All together, that's how you win the championship. That's what I preached at Baltimore. That's what I meant at Baltimore. We'll see. I wish them all the best. I hope they get another 5 championships. But I hope it ain't gonna be against us though, because yeah, got something for you. Got something for you. That's what happened when you make a good person bitter.
Mm, a good person bitter. Chad, now when you were offered, I mean, when Sharon came to you with this opportunity, basically for you to, hey, I need to come be with somebody that can help reestablish my love for this because right now it's waning. What was that conversation like? And how much do you feel like this is a kind of a weight on your shoulders in a sense? Because you came from Baltimore yourself. I believe you
Mhm.
were a GM over there many, many moons ago.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
yeah. So first, let me put this out there: is that I came to him,
okay.
regardless of what was going on, because Ron is a guy that I have always just admired. I mean, from the days of Baltimore, right? If Eddie was listening right now, he'd be like, "Oh God, Chad, don't go back to the past." But look, back in season, what was it, Ron 13, 14, right? Um,
Right.
signing up as non-contract rookies and going into the team together and everything else, and um, you know, it was great times there. And then obviously when I moved on to London, I wanted to bring him in. Then even, and we talked about that, and I always kept Ron in the back of my mind and always kept conversations with him and stuff. And then these past couple seasons, it's been kind of a downhill time for Indy, right? We had a lot of players that left during free agency, a lot of those due to retirement. Um, and I wanted a culture shift. I wanted something different, right? And I was like, who is somebody that I could bring in that I know for a fact that can instantly change this locker room for the better? And that's Ron Yates right here. And so I reached out to him and I was like, hey man, look, I know we've talked about this before. I know you always said you'd be here when I need you. It's like I need you basically, right? And like he said, I told him, we talked about the benefits of being in Indianapolis compared to being in Baltimore, and I said, take your time. I know what you're going through is a tough situation, and I'm here for you. And he jumped on, relatively quick, I think, right? And
Hmm.
I mean, but it's been nothing but excitement. I mean, to get what I feel like is the most dominant defensive player on the defensive line in the SFL in my mind. Um, is something you can't just shy away from. And I was like, I'll let you have your title, I'll let you have whatever you want. And I was like, just tell me what you need, right? Um, and he's going to be a big part of this organization. He's going to be making some major decisions for us, not only for this upcoming season, but for the future of this franchise. And I'm really looking forward to what he's going to bring to the table.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this partnership is gonna um play out too. But let me ask you, Ron, if Chad did not come to you and things still happen with Baltimore the way it did, would you have stayed in the league or would you have
I was
left?
going to I was going to Canton because it's an Ohio squad.
I mean,
Yeah,
it makes sense. You from there?
Yeah.
absolutely. I was going to already because, like I said again, can't nobody make me retire. I retire on my own, and the way it was done. Yeah, I was going to Canton before they even was saying anything about what Canton was doing, because that didn't just happen. It was a progression to the end. So I had already made my decision. I was leaving Baltimore. You know what I mean? Retire, possibly. I was going to make that decision, but the way it happened, nah, I wasn't going to retire. I was either going to go to Baltimore. I mean, not Baltimore. I was either going to go to Canton or I was going to go with Swole. because we got
Oh,
mindsets alike. Oh yeah, me and him talked a lot about it. So of course, Baltimore was my first love, and I was hoping that it worked out right. Second love was Canton. Third was Swole, but then my dude said he need me, and I even had a conversation with Swole. Swole, hey, bro, you almost had me, but Chad asked me, and I said, yeah. I don't have nothing to lose. That's my dude. You know, that's my dude.
I can
Mhm.
tell. I can tell that this is gonna be a good thing.
Oh
And
yeah.
I
Hey,
think that
some of y'all don't know that when we played each other in when he was in London, me and him used to be talking to each other about let's hype the game up a little bit.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Let's talk some crap about the game. And people like, hey, y'all need to cool. No, we don't. We know what we
Oh, we
doing.
know what we're doing.
Yeah, we know exactly what we're doing. So our
Yep.
relationship started when he first grabbed me. We continued the relationship as we went along. You know what I mean? Nothing negative, nothing anything like that. I'm like, hey, let's get this jumping. You know what I mean? I'm in Baltimore, you in London. London again was where I was supposed to be when he grabbed me because I was already going to be a Knight before he grabbed me to Baltimore, and it just made it just like we keep switching.
Yep.
So
right.
Yep.
yeah,
Show's gonna be
yep, I got.
together.
Oh,
Yep.
it was gonna happen eventually, either on the field or in the office, one of the
Yep.
two. Because if he need me, I got him. We never had an issue about that. We never had. I mean, when I say no issues, we talk like two men talking.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That's how you supposed to be. I mean, I could have a relationship with him, and he's a team in London, and we just have conversations. Pointers, conversations, anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
You
Because I was
know,
about to get really belligerent.
I mean, I think we're all a little tipsy right now, so
Just a little bit.
as long
Oh,
as you don't
oh,
go overboard. As long as you don't
yeah.
go overboard. But I know
Oh
you, so I
no,
better be careful.
come on, man. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm about to say I live
yep.
overboard. Don't do that. I'll wait. I'll leave that for one of Eddie's segments where I could go in there and just blaze.
Boy.
I could just say what the hell I want
And,
to say when I
and he
want to
was
say
just on
it.
a cruise too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, I chilled. Oh, me and the wife, we enjoyed our cruise. I got, some time in the sun. Well, where we go? Puerto Rico, Dominican
Nice.
Republic, and the Grand Turks, and seeing all that blue water. It was needed.
Hey, I'm glad, man. You needed it. You needed it. And anytime that you can go out and just really spend time, reconnecting with your loved ones or just
Mhm.
taking yourself out of that usual space that you're in, it can work wonders for you. So I'm glad you had that, man. Apparently, you had a lot of suitors. I mean, Damon telling me that he came at you and you let him down with class. Now, Eddie,
Yeah.
of course, Eddie. Um, Ron didn't accept our interview. He said he wanted to play for a contender. Now, guess what? I think I missed that. I must have missed that conversation.
Eddie,
Where you?
Eddie, Eddie drinking that Arizona water. They tell you don't drink that nasty water. You know that water nasty. That's that water nasty, Eddie.
He drinking that Fiji.
Shoot. He think it's Fiji.
Okay.
The little black particles that's in that Arizona water, you got to go to the
Yeah, you gotta
water
be careful.
store.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you got to go to the water stores and get that stuff 35 cents a gallon, Eddie, and add the little minerals to it. I used to live
we,
there. Trust me. Stop
we
drinking the
got
water.
water softener.
He did. He said, God, we need a good water softener. Hey, what's up, Jay?
Absolutely.
Jay Palmer in the
Absolutely.
building.
He know what I'm talking about. He from the Midwest. Got there, boy. I used to drink that
Yep.
water without putting minerals in it, and I drink a whole gallon of water. My whole mouth feel like it's dry as dirt.
Yep.
Like, what the hell is
Ooh.
wrong with the water?
Hmm.
See, I drink bottled water all day, and it's a mess. It's messed up. But guys, so I pulled your schedule.
Yeah.
So of course, I
Mhm.
know y'all looking forward to week 2. I know that. But is there any other? Oh, well, damn, week 1, 2. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one too. Oh
All of them.
man, all of them
Yeah.
gonna be
All
All
of
good.
of them
them.
So
gonna be going. Yeah.
is
All
is
of
there
them.
any ones that you are
All of them.
definitely looking forward to? I mean,
All of them.
okay,
All of them. All of them.
Yeah.
I would make it. I would make a joke. Why did the vulture cross the road to get ran over by a rambler? So
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Pistons and all. I can't.
Pistons, Pistons and all, baby. This is what's about to go down. We built a good team. All them games on that list. If you want to think about the Ramblers last season, the season before, this ain't the same one. You know
no.
what I
Ooh.
mean? This is not. This ain't the same T. This ain't the same nothing. This is going to be something to look at. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We
So
yeah, all of them. Put the SFL on notice. All of them. Even
Yep.
if we lose them all, we'll lose them all with class, but that ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say
Right.
we're going undefeated. I'm gonna say we going to the playoffs because that's what we're gonna do. And if we miss it, then the next is gonna be a progression. The next is gonna be a progression. We in it for the long haul. We're gonna show you how to really do it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. Tell him it's okay. We might lose week one, two, three, or four. But also remember when I was in Baltimore, you said we weren't going to win championships, and we won five of them. So
Right.
unless you got a crystal ball, you don't know. But we coming.
ooh,
We coming
ooh,
for the next. We coming
BJ,
for the jugglers. All of
BJ,
them.
he said he coming for Knicks.
All of them, including yours.
I ain't worried about you. I already said I ain't worried about you. I ain't worried about you or Chad.
Nah,
Chad better
they're
jump
not,
outside.
they're not on our schedule this year. I mean, Ashley's got to score points in order to get on our schedule when they play us.
How dare
Oh
you?
yeah, that's right.
How
That's
dare
right.
you? You know what?
So
See, I'm
it's all
still
right.
up.
That
You
was
know what?
sorry. That was a jab. That was a jab.
Mute
No,
it.
but
You are muted.
I mean, I look forward to week one as always. I mean, going up against Minnesota, and Ron's going to find out
Oh
about
yeah.
the Ramblers versus the Legend. I mean, that's just it's the best rivalry in all in SFL. Now we got Yates on our side. Like, it's gonna be dangerous this season. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's some good teams in there mixing it up, right? I mean, Mexico City, as I discussed, when I was on the show with Eddie this past week. That's a team I feel like is on the rise. Motor City with the new coaching staff, are they going to be better or not? Albuquerque, you that success from the SFLM, is it going to transition over? That should be interesting as well. Houston was a playoff team last season. Chicago, coming in our division this season, so that'll be interesting as well. I mean, all these games are going to be tough. But
Mhm.
it's like Ron said. I mean, we have a goal in mind, and this isn't the Ramblers from the past two seasons. This is a totally different Rambler team, and so being able to come in here, we lost 9 people, we gained 9 people. So we're really excited about who we're going to be bringing in. We'll be able to announce that tomorrow night. When I get on the show with Cam at 8:15. I was going to try to take 8 o'clock, but Eddie already had that slot filled because he picks up the red phone and Cam answers. That's just how that works.
Oh,
So yeah, it's. But I mean, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this season and having Ron with us. I mean, and the rest of the guys that are coming in, we'll announce them tomorrow. But I mean, the locker room's already jumping as he's already said, and that was the goal, right? The main goal was to be able to come in and really turn this culture around. I always talked about having trying to have the best culture in the SFL, and this is why we bring in people like Ron, right? Because he knows what that's about. He's coming from a championship caliber team in Baltimore. I mean, they won 5 chips for a reason. And so, to bring that knowledge and to bring how to keep a culture into Indianapolis is going to be huge for us. So we're really looking forward to this
absolutely.
upcoming season.
Absolutely. Switching gears a little bit, are you going to be joining Streets of Talking more regularly now?
At this time, I can't say yes or no.
Okay.
Can't say
It's
yes
fair.
or no. That's fair.
It's fair. I'll take
That's fair.
that.
I'll
But
take that.
when I come back to you in 2 weeks, I better have an answer.
All right, that's fine.
But
That's fine.
so with the new
Wait a
rules
minute.
changes,
Hold on, wait a minute.
He's like,
Won't you be about 40 in about 2 weeks?
who, me?
yes.
Oh, AJ,
No,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
should
be
be
40 in 2 weeks.
Damn.
better start. Best
Hey,
start
hold on,
taking
don't
them
do that.
medications.
What do hit me with the damn?
Holy shit, you old. What are you doing? Wow. 40? Damn. You got your AARP card ready?
Damn right. And my
Warmed up.
readers.
You got your readers? Oh, I got
And
readers.
my
I mean, that,
insure and my icy. Well, I got BJ sending me some icy hot.
you need
Apparently, Eddie.
Bengay. Bengay.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Eddie giving me
patches.
a cane with a
Yeah.
rearview mirror and a horn on it. That I
Yeah.
don't know
See,
what.
Oh
I'm just
wow.
waiting. See, I turned 40 in December, so I'm just waiting until I can get my white New Balance sneakers. You know, You know, the
I can't stand y'all.
They jabbing at you. They
God
jabbing
damn.
at you.
I
Yeah.
love
They
y'all.
jabbing at
No,
you.
I know. But hey, what's up, Skinny? Skinny joining us. Good to see
Skinny.
you, man. Oh my gosh. Then now here's Ben. Instead of sending her that walking cane with the rearview mirror, start sending her care packages. Oh no, I don't want the hyaluronic acid. No, I'm good on that. Anything that's acid, no, I'm good. You see
You gonna
this?
send you some.
You see
Gonna send you
this?
some willies. Send you a
You see?
pair of willies.
I'm
Heelys.
just gonna
I'm
send her a
scared to
whole.
ask.
I'm just gonna send her a whole bunch of Actavia. You know, you got to get that stomach in line. You know, some Jamie Lee Curtis
Activia.
commercials.
Got to keep it regular. Shit, I
Got to
know.
keep it regular. You know, if you ate shit once a day, something's wrong.
Either talk it or shoot it out.
Yeah. Oh
Y'all
god.
stupid. Oh, I forgot what my next question was. Y'all.
That's what happened when you're about to turn 40.
Yeah,
You
that's
should
what.
see how you
Yeah,
forget.
you're getting old. I just saw some commercial earlier about somebody
Ah.
taking medicine to get their memory sharper. We're gonna have to get you on that.
Mm.
No, that's for that's for Eddie. I would literally tell that man something he gonna forget.
That is true. That is
And the
true.
saddest thing about it is I'm older than both of y'all. That's the
Yeah,
sad
that's
thing.
true. You are. That's true. That's why I
Yeah.
didn't say.
Yeah. I
Oh
got y'all
my
both by
god.
about 13, 14
Well, I
years.
mean,
Ain't that
you
a
got to
bitch?
be able to get to Eddie. I mean, he's just sitting up there high perched on that chair way up above. You know what I'm saying? Like he's,
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Still ain't get that
I was
energy.
shocked I was able to be in the same show as he was. I mean, just to be able to be in his presence. God, I don't know how you do it,
Mm.
Ashley.
I mean, well, the thing
Yeah.
about it, he still ain't got that pick six. He'll never get
Nah,
it.
he ain't gonna
So
get it either. He ain't gonna get
I'm
it
still
either.
kind of mad. I'm still kind of mad about that actually, but that's a whole nother thing. But before I let y'all go, it's two things. One, I want to know the new rule changes that have taken place. I wanted to know, by reading the articles and maybe if you got a chance to watch the show with Cam, was there anything within those rule changes that kind of stuck out to you that maybe you applaud or maybe you're like, or, that you're like, you have some more questions regarding whatever that was? And I'll start with you first, Brian.
nothing. If
No.
it's in the game, it's in the game.
There
It
you
don't
go.
matter. We'll just follow it. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Chad, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything that came out, I thought was kind of right in line with what I was thinking was going to go on. I kind of figured there might be a cap on leadership, but wasn't too sure exactly where that was going to go. So I think that, obviously that was a good idea there by the league. And then, the wide receiver with the running back thing, in all honesty, I mean, I wish it'd just be outlawed, period, but I get it. So it is what it is. But I mean, if you're able to
Why?
get I mean, because I have my own personal reasons for it. I just
I
don't
know. I
think
want to know. What is it?
I just don't think it's football in my mind, but I get it,
Okay.
right? I mean, you know, some of these guys that were getting thrown in the back there in the backfield, like for example, Yayo Montana, it just doesn't scream like a running back type of build to me, right? Like what screams to me in that kind of situation is somebody that has a like tremendous amount of speed and has a quick agility and everything else. And some of these guys like Art Vandelay, for example, Art Vandelay just doesn't scream that to me. Maybe I'm just weird on that, but I just in my mind, like how are you going to regulate that to 10 carries a game? What if a sim accidentally goes over 10 carries? It's out of the control. Maybe they just didn't get it right. So in my mind, it's just like, why don't you just ban it all entirely? But I mean, I know that the league will make the best decision for that. And if it comes up to where it just happens over and over again, and it won't be by any coach's fault, or maybe it will be, depending on who the coach is. But I just feel like you could have just banned that. But everything else I thought was right, perfectly in line with what was going on.
Okay. Now, I did talk to Cam a little bit about negativity, and it is seemingly, there was moments this season where things were seemingly a lot more negative than they typically are. And
Yeah.
of course, with the perception of a team cheating, with the perception of maybe you mad because you didn't think of it first. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but I just know that I got a lot of things coming across my desk, right? So
hmm
I'm trying to figure out from your perspective, and I want to know from Ron too. Um, what do you think would be a particular way that you can deal with the negativity from the perspective of the trash talking, right? Because I know that trash talking is a part of football. It's a part of
hmm
sports, period. It's a part
Yeah.
of the machismo, the that's what y'all do. That's what when you're when you're in it, that's what happens, right? But how do you cut it off when you know that it's getting to be too much?
Did you
And I want
say
to know from you as a
machismo?
player. I mean, yeah, it is a machismo thing. You know how
What
y'all
the hell
come on.
is that a word?
Macho,
Man, don't nobody
machismo.
know. She just
Machismo?
be bringing up
Oh,
stuff. She just
Jesus.
bring
What the
up stuff.
hell is that?
Machismo. I have no
You
idea.
sound like Stephen A. Smith trying to just come up with weird words.
What? But the funny thing about it is,
Let me just tell you
you want
this:
me? You want me to
the
go ahead?
machismo of all this. No, I'm just kidding. That's what it sounded like. I was like, "What the hell?" The whole time after you said machismo, I didn't hear a word you said.
Mm-mm.
I was
Okay,
like,
well, the increased,
Machismo.
I don't know what okay, the increased testosterone levels that you
Stop,
guys
that's
have.
better than
Uh,
machismo. My machismo is growing because of it. I didn't even know what was going on here.
I mean, when
Damn,
she said
Ron,
machismo,
man,
I'm
that's
like, what
it's
the
that
hell is
Arizona water,
machismo?
Ron. That's what it is.
Bro, machismo. See,
Machismo.
I played football damn near all my life
I
on
can't with
different
y'all.
levels, and I've never had nobody say, "Well, look, hey, something's going on with y'all's machismo."
You
I
need to
mean,
get
people
your machismo going.
like, "What is machismo?"
Dude,
Now I
I'm
gotta
telling you
look it
what,
up. Machismo.
if we get in a game
Oh,
situation, Ron, and we're in a VC and we're down, I'm gonna tell the whole team like you guys gotta get your machismo going.
your
Machismo, like,
mojo.
That is
mo-
you gotta get your machismo.
like winding somebody's back up or something like that. Just wind up
Anyway,
machismo. I don't know.
I
I
can't
don't
with you.
know.
That's a good question.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That just threw me off. Anyway, so the answer, so what your original question is like how do you like I don't even know what was
Oh
your
man.
original question. Like I can't even this shit went off the
How
rails
do you
quick.
how how do you basically effectively calm individuals down when they're doing the trash talk?
Oh,
Let's say this on your
okay.
team, right? Let's say somebody on Indy, they're going
Yeah.
overboard
hmm
because I've had to deal with this this season
hmm
where somebody wanted to go overboard and said some things that they know they shouldn't say. Then when I get involved, all of a sudden, well, who are you? Oh, I guess you forgot. You know, like I don't want to have those kind of conversations with people,
Yeah.
you know, because I feel like you're grown and I feel like you know what you said.
Yeah.
And if you know you went too far, why does it take me to have to tell you that you went too far? So I'm just looking for um maybe I need to look at it from a different lens.
hmm
So what are y'all suggestions on how to be able to kind of
Well, I think really I think first thing is like I've talked to all my players in Indy and everything about it, and because I'll just bring up a great example. The game against Minnesota. I mean, when you look at Gen Chat that entire week, it looks like a pure shit show of trash talk, right? But we all know that don't take it that far, right? It's kind of like the old Ron Burgundy rule: leave the mothers out of it. So I always try to tell the guys like, look, it's trash talk is part of the game. Trash talk is something that you got to be able to do because that's what hypes up the game, right? I mean, like me and Ron talked about. I mean, when Monday used to play Baltimore, we used to talk so much stuff during those game weeks, right? But we were trying to pep up the game, right? We were trying to hype the game up so people would watch. That's what we do with Minnesota and Indy too. I mean, we hype up the game. I mean, there's some legit trash talk in there too. I mean, and if you've been to Northwood Stadium, you know the smell. It's god awful. But
oh,
when what happens is that trash talk, you got to get it to a certain point, and then if they go overboard with it, then that's when somebody like me or Ron, for example, will step in and just like, hey, look, man, just let's chill a little bit. But I feel like the team that we put together has guys that don't do that, right? You see some of these guys in the league. I won't name any names because they'll just start crying again, but they will sit there and try to just keep trash talking over and over and over again and try to make it personal and say, oh man, I wasn't trying to do that. I wasn't trying to troll. I was just, they will do whatever. So you got to have some maturity among your team, right? And some of these teams have players that are not even mature at all, and that's just what it is. But that's where, as an owner and a team president, GM, or whatever, for example, you got to be able to establish that culture, and make these guys like, hey, look, trash talk is cool, but let's keep it, to a certain point. And then once it gets past that point, then okay, we got to step in and do something about it.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's really on the team. It's on the owners, it's on the GM, it's on whoever you establish as front office people to control your players, right? If you can't do that, then that's when somebody like you, for example, step in as a COC and be able to do what you got to do. But yeah, like I said, a lot of times, I try to make sure I don't bring in people that don't have their maturity in line. I mean, that's just one of the things I try to do. So if I see you in Shin chat, I see you in game chat, and you're being immature, you off the list.
Because you're gonna have to answer for that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because then that's a reflection on indie, right? Like when I see some of these people in like the Streets of Talking, for example, one particular individual, I'm not gonna name their name, but when they sit there and just keep talking and try to run their mouth, then I look at that team and be like, that's why that team is like they are. That's why that team sucks.
Well, you're not concentrating. First of all, you probably wouldn't be like that if you were concentrating on what you're supposed to be concentrating on.
Well, true.
And all that time you spend talking, you probably should be spending running sims.
Yeah, correct. Or actually taking a part of running sims, right? Some of these players that try to talk trash have never stepped into a coach's room before. Step into a coach's room and then see how you feel about that.
Exactly. I mentioned that
Yeah.
on last week. Like, do you
Yeah.
even sim? Do you even run sims to try to tell this man how he's supposed to be, working?
We need like SFL apparel shirts that says, "Do you even sim, bro?" Like
Arizona. You can just go ahead and pick up one at Arizona Spread Shop.
There you go.
I'll drop the link. But Ron,
yeah.
so what are your thoughts on
think
this?
Yeah, Ron.
What is your thoughts on that, man? Because I know that you helped me with a particular situation when you were on Baltimore. And we had that same thing happen.
Well, the thing about it is that people that shotgun their mouth out really don't think before they speak. When we play football, or even in this simulation or in real life, we try to keep it subject oriented. You know what I mean? Me and again, I use Chad again. I inboxed him. I said, "Hey, come on, man, let's get a little fire to the game. Let talking about each other's team and what we're gonna do and what's gonna happen." We kept it subject matter oriented. I didn't call nothing about his mama. He ain't say nothing about my mama. I ain't say he dirty this. He ain't say I'm dirty that. We kept it about the game, because really it's about the game. Chat is, I've had a couple of people in chat try to amp things up, and I shut them down, because I mean, for two people to argue about anything, it takes two people. When you just like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I mean? They keep on barking, then I just step away. Now at Baltimore, with me being the president of Baltimore, I know the person you're talking about. We couldn't calm him down. You know what I mean? He was steady going, steady going. That shows immaturity. You know what I mean? That shows like I was just saying, I cussed a couple of times, but I got to keep it kind of G or PG and stuff like that. It's just the way I talk and the way I express myself. But I don't really try to listen to and or put anything out there that can be considered racist, sexist, any of that matter. Now, this machismo stuff that you're talking about, I have no idea about, but I know feeling wise, when you're in the heat of battle, it'd be video games, it'd be real life, it could be crossing the street, trying to run across the street. You get this type of a fight or flight, or this feeling inside of you that you got to express yourself in a negative manner, and that's where your job comes in. Because again, Chad's a grown man, I'm a grown man, and we're only talking about indie right now. If I can't calm a person down, Chad can't calm a person down. What you say don't even matter to him. Why are they in the SFL? With
Hmm.
that being said, for you to try to control, yes, some people might not. I've seen somebody put in here that some people are turned off because of what goes on in Gen Chat. But there's two chats. There's 18 and over, and then there's regular Gen Chat. If you really want to get cussing and saying anything, you could go to Eddie, get it off your chest. I mean, say it with your chest and whatever, or the corner or whatever he call it right now. In a minute, he's gonna call it. I don't know what he's gonna call it next time. Uh, that's some place where if you put it out there, because I'm gonna give you a real example. We were in there and Chad had somebody come in there and I call it fishing. I know these young kids call it trolling. I call it fishing, not
Hmm.
catching, because the only way that you can catch somebody is if you hook them.
Yep.
And I saw Chad fighting like somebody try to get a hook in his gill. He was trying to wiggle out, you know what I mean? But he had to say something, you know what I mean? Because this person was saying some things like, "But do you even really matter?" You know what I mean? If everybody had the mentality of does it really matter, then wouldn't you a troll or a fisher or anything like that, it would just go off your what they call it, your feathers like a duck, like water on a duck. You know what I mean? But if
Mhm.
it gets disrespectful, belligerent, or you're attacking a person's character or directly attacking that person, then you, as a person that you are in the position you are in, handle it. But we can't stop them from doing that. We could just try not to stop them
Mhm.
when it occurs. And most of the time, it's almost like the police. It's a reaction to a homicide or a
Hmm.
reaction to a robbery. We don't know they're gonna say it until they say it, you know. So
Good point. Good point.
yeah,
And
but
I
that's what
wanted
rules are
to
state for, right?
right. And with that, I have revised the code of conduct.
Mm.
So it is going to be vital that you try to work things out on your own before getting me involved. You don't want me to get involved. With the new changes I've made, you guys are going to have to try to work it out. I would suggest you do that because it's going to be beneficial for you and your team now. That's why I said that because I wanted to know if it is a situation to where, they listen to the owners and they listen to the front office members when they're being told to, hey man, just chill out, man. I mean, I get it. We all emotional, you know, but I don't want us to get in trouble. Now it's going to be a situation to where you might, if it's going to start hitting your salary cap for next year, if it's going to start deducting money from your player banks automatically, y'all don't want that. Not over
Hmm.
something simple.
Mm.
Yep.
So I don't want to have to enforce that. So my thing is just make sure that you try to handle things when you get into your tiffs and when you get into your fights. If y'all man enough and woman enough to get into it, try to be man enough and woman enough to get out of it without using me. Because if
Hmm.
it
Well,
is,
you know, a guy just got kicked out of the NBA. Was it the NBA not too long ago for
for what?
betting for making? Oh, either was the NFL or the NBA making bets and winning. He made about what 20, $30,000 on bets, but his contract was multi-million. So I want you to
Mhm.
think that he knew the rules, he knew what not to do, he knew everything that was going to happen to him, but he still did it. So to
Mhm.
hold certain things accountable, we're just two people, or any other owners or president, we're only people just like everybody else. So
Hmm.
Mhm.
if we get into a situation to where we have to cut a player or let a player go in the middle of the season or anything like that, it's a lose-lose situation
Mhm.
if you got to get involved or not. So again, we can't
Well, that's the
control. We
thing.
could try,
You can't. But
right?
I feel like if you are grown, and most of the people in here are old enough to know right from wrong and to know when to be able to put a chill pill on it. And if you don't, you should ask somebody you trust.
Oh, she froze.
Because what I can't do is, so when I did the Google Forms, when I put out that questionnaire, the main thing that everyone had issues with was the negativity. And so when people reach out to Cam, when people reach out to me about it, I have to do something. And do I want to be as change things the way that I have? No, but I am trying to deter people from making those decisions in the first place so that you wouldn't have to get involved. because
Yeah.
you got playbooks to tend to. You have a whole locker room to be able to kind of, make sure everybody's straight. So if we could kind of stop it at the source, which is that individual themselves,
Mm.
hmm
then hopefully it'll work
Okay.
out. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, babe.
So
I
so
still
one
got a
thing
couple
I
shots.
need
I'm
to
getting
say,
to actually let you guys go ahead, babe.
yeah, because my dinner is done and I smell it
Yeah.
and it's late. And the only reason why I haven't eaten it yet is because I promised that I would be on the show and I can smell baked potatoes and
Mm.
all this stuff. Yeah,
Oh, so you don't want none of
and
this? You don't want none of this?
Ah,
mm-mm, that
You
actually
want,
looked like that looked like that don't look good.
wait, you
That
don't want
looked
none of
like
this?
something.
man, I want to make a joke, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, because I was about to say something. I
I
mean,
want to make a
I just
joke, but I can't because I know
don't do it.
Eddie
Don't do
Eddie
it.
and BJ would love it, but I just can't.
We'll wait till you get in that little show again. Just hold that thought. Just put that in the clip. Shoot that off
Hey,
later
all
because
right,
I was
man.
about to say something. But
Mm.
people, love you guys.
But yeah.
Chad, we'll talk.
Oh yeah.
Ashley, I guess we'll see you on the field. We'll chat but I got to eat because it's 10:40 in Ohio,
Yep. Yep.
Oof.
Good to hear.
and I got to be up at 5 o'clock, and I haven't eaten dinner.
Oof.
Go
Well,
eat.
you do
So
that. Go eat, and I will
absolutely,
see you later. But I want to thank you so much for sharing your story with us, letting us know what's
oh, of
going
course,
on, and of course, I wish
absolutely.
you the best in Indy. I really do.
Oh,
Unless
I
you're
got the
playing
best
us.
in Indy. I got the best in Indy. It's all good.
Yep.
All right,
You
brother.
the way I was on chat with Baltimore, I'll be on the chat with Indy, and the same thing. It's going to feel different because I've only played for one team, but we got this though. We got this.
Oh yeah.
We got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So come
All
back
right.
whenever y'all can, guys. It was a pleasure.
I'm out.
Later, Ron.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. So, hey, man, again, thank you so much for being on. I wanted to see if you had any shout outs you wanted to give before I let you go
Um,
officially.
first off appreciate you letting us on tonight. I know that when Ron and I started talking about all this and he was telling me everything that was going on, um, I said, I encouraged him. I said, dude, go and do what you got to do, right? If you want to get it off your chest, I'm like, I support that. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to be here tonight, was to show my support for him, right? And show like that, this is why he came to Indy, right? Because I'm willing to step up here, a guy wants to come on and say stuff with his chest, everything else. I want people to know that he's got his ownerships back, right? Whatever he said tonight, I was good with it. And he had to get some stuff off, and I'm happy for him for doing that. But season 23 is among us. I'm free agency shows tomorrow night. That's always one of the most exciting times, and I usually try to make a spectacle out of it by going on the show and discussing how many free agents we get. I feel like I get too many every year. Um, because there was some turnover stuff, but like I said, when
Yeah.
you half your team retires, it is what it is. But I'm just excited about the new era of Rambler football. With the guys we're bringing in and you see an example of right there, Ron Yates, I mean, one of the best people in the league. Um, one of the major goals. I didn't even care about making the playoffs. In all honesty, in my mind, I do obviously, but my first thought was I need to change this culture. I need to change everything about the Indy. And Adam stepping down was unfortunate, but being able to bring in the guys that we were able to bring in with Yates and still having Robert Cherry in here as our GM has been just wonderful. And we're really excited about what's going to come up. But I want to thank everybody for being here. Want to wish everybody the best of luck in the upcoming season. Except for Minnesota, obviously, I'm ready to kick your ass in week 1. But it's going to be a great time. I wish we could have watched at the convention again. I don't want to see Mickey Malone all sweaty in a legend suit, but it's unfortunate I got to miss the convention. But looking forward to watching it live and seeing how this game goes. But thanks, like I said, Ashley, once again, thank you for having me on, and best of luck to Arizona in the upcoming season. I think I know one of your free agents that's coming over. And so, I'm excited for that person as well. But yeah, like I said, good luck to you guys in your new division. You're in the West, right? So you got some new competition.
We ain't scared not name one of them. Not name one of them.
Yep.
But yeah, we got some good people coming in for free agency. it's
Good.
going to be really exciting, and I think we're going to catch a lot of people off guard
Mhm.
with who we're choosing. So it's going to be a
Good.
good show, and I can't wait
Yeah.
to check you out and to see what you and Cam came up with for tomorrow. Is it just going to be you and Cam, or y'all have more people on?
I mean, it'll just be me representing Indy.
Okay, okay.
I gotta follow Eddie, which that'll be easy because I mean, it's funny because I text Cam without even looking at the thing. I text Cam and I said, "Hey, I need 8 o'clock," and he was like, "Well, Eddie already took it." And I was like, "Go figure." I was like, "The man ain't bringing in anything anyway." And so I was like, "Just give me 8:15. I guess I'll follow him and I'll make the 8 o'clock hour a lot better for you." So, but yeah, really looking forward to being able to be on the show. And it's always a great time with Cam, talking to him and putting out free agents and stuff.
Indeed. What's up,
Yep.
David? Always good seeing you, dear. Yeah, this is the fun time, and it's weird because we don't have a draft, you know.
I know, right?
It's
Like I
weird.
always look forward to the draft, being able to bring in some great players into this organization and seeing these rookies' names called. Obviously, I didn't have my name called because I forewent the draft so I could sign in Baltimore. But
Ooh,
it's always cool to have these guys that have been working hard in the SFLM to come in and be drafted and everything else. But I appreciate the idea of what we're doing, right? Switching over to a one draft every calendar year.
yeah.
So we could build these players up and have some really good prospects that could make an immediate impact in the SFL. So, I was all excited for that idea, but it's gonna be a little different. That's why free agency was just such a crazy time, right? Because you didn't have the draft to rely on. You had to go out and get talent in the free agent pool, especially with 3 expansion teams, quote unquote, coming in. So,
Hmm.
it was difficult, but we were able to get it done. And I know a lot of teams got some great players that are coming in this season, and I just can't wait for this season to start because it's going to be
Man.
awesome.
Hey, July 12th, man. It's gonna
Yeah,
get here
July
before you
12th.
know it.
Yep.
But I really wish that you could be there. That was gonna be dope, but I totally
Yeah,
get it. Life
yeah.
happens.
I mean, it is what it is. My plans to come next year, but I was in Cincy last year. Then I was in Houston
Yeah.
the season before that. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I won't be able to go stay on Mike Green's house, like I did the last time. Um, but it. You guys will have fun. I
Yeah.
know how the SFL will be, and the conventions are always such a blast. If you ever get a chance, you got to go.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, Chad, for your time. I really appreciate it. And again, don't be a stranger. And I cannot wait to see you back on Streets of Talking whenever you have the time to do it, man. It's always I love the not and I'm not knocking Brett by any means,
Mhm.
but when you see the camaraderie that you two have together, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Y'all just match, man. So
Yeah, I mean, Eddie and I, we've always, like I said, the Streets of Talking was originally the idea that I had brought to Eddie, and it was
yeah,
cool to be back on, right? The camaraderie between us. I had some work things that popped up, which is why I stepped down.
yes.
But those have been taken care of and are good, and everything else. So looking to kind of maybe get back into the swing of things, but we'll see. We don't know for sure exactly what's going to happen there. I don't know. I have no idea, but um, we'll see. Maybe I'll be back on the airwaves more this upcoming season for the SFL.
Looking forward to it.
All right,
All right, man. You have a good one. I'll talk
you
to you
too.
later. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Bye. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed the show. This was a very interesting one, and I knew that it would be. And I'm glad that people were open and they were honest and they were candid with their answers, and I really appreciate it. Men, I am looking forward to bringing you another great podcast next week, y'all. As we are exiting, feel free to say your goodbyes in the chat. I'll be happy to run them across the screen, as well as other little funny comments that I saw during the stream itself. Um, but again, y'all stay safe. You treat each other well. Let's see, for Guy, for Ben, for Chad, and for Ron. Striker, we are out. I'll see y'all next week, and y'all be safe.
Oh, she could be